back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be making berry brownie pizza. But before we get into the video, make sure to give this video a nice thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss another one of my videos. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so if you guys have ever had a cookie cake, this is kind of similar in that it's a brownie pizza. So good, so different, but technically, I mean, it's brownies. What's different about this brownie pizza is that there's no flour, so it's completely flourless, and it's actually topped with like a whipped coconut cream. So good. And then of course we're gonna be putting all of our different berries on top. Delicious. This is just a fun and just way more healthier way to enjoy a dessert or a pizza. Now what's also good about this recipe is that it's grain, gluten, and dairy free, so if any of you guys out there have any type of intolerance and you just wish you could have these delicious goodies, well, now you can. So all you're going to need for this recipe is some cornstarch or arrowroot powder, a little bit of salt, some eggs, of course your chocolate chips, coconut oil, honey, monk fruit sweetener, or sugar, or whatever kind of sweetener you want to use. If you have coconut sugar, that would of course work wonders here, but I ran out. Of course your mixed berries, and then our coconut milk. Now, if you guys have coconut cream at your local grocery store, go ahead and pick that up. I didn't, so what happens when you refrigerate coconut milk is that the coconut cream, it just gets easily separated when it's been refrigerated, and then you can grab it that way. So that's just what I'm gonna do. But it's just very important that it is cold so we get that nice whipped cream going. It's not going to work if it's room temperature, or I mean, you don't want this to be warm if you've opened it or anything like that. Now you can choose to add fresh berries, or you can use freeze-dried berries in your cream to make kind of like a flavored whipped cream, but I'm just going to leave that plain, just nice plain white, so I get the really nice pop of color from all of my berries. And don't worry, just because we're not using a box or a cookie dough or something like that, it doesn't mean that these aren't going to be nice and fudgy. I promise you they are. Now if you're not interested in using a coconut cream or coconut milk or anything like that, you can always use mascarpone cheese, or you can use cream cheese, or I mean, can always use an icing. Now this recipe only takes about 15 to 20 minutes to cook in the oven, and that's because we're going to start on the stove. So let me meet you over there and we're going to get started. Okay guys, so now that we're over by the stove, don't forget to go ahead and preheat your ovens to 350 degrees. And let me show you guys our pan. So you're just going to want to use a cake pan or whatever pan you have that is 10 to 12 inches in diameter. This is 10 inches. And then you're just going to want to grease this with coconut oil, with butter, with a spray, whatever it is you guys want to use. I used butter because I just find that just never fails me. So I used butter, and then you're just going to want to take a sheet of parchment paper, cut that in a circle, and put that on the bottom of your pan. Easy. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take a medium saucepan. Hopefully this one is big enough, we shall see. And you're going to take 1.5 cups, not all of your chocolate chips, 1.5 cups of your chocolate chips. Then you're going to take your salt, and then I'm going to take my coconut oil or butter, whatever it is that you guys want to use. And then we're just going to stir this on kind of like medium heat just until the chocolate chips melt. So I'll show you guys how to do that. I mean, this doesn't have to be perfect, but you guys know me. I'm anal, so gotta measure this out perfectly. Okay, chocolate chips are in, our salt, and our oil. So here I'm just going to use a whisk. It's just whatever is easier for you guys. You can see we're already starting to melt. This shouldn't take long at all. So just do this until all of the chocolate is melted. Now you're just going to want to keep stirring. Just keep stirring, just keep stirring. Okay, we're looking good. Now you're just going to want to turn off your heat, because again we're going to have eggs in here and you don't want the eggs to be cooking. So you're going to make sure that this mixture isn't too hot. So next what you're going to want to do is add in your sugar, and then we're just going to mix this around until that's dissolved. So your sugar, your monk fruit extract, your coconut sugar, whatever it is that you guys are using. Ooh, this smells so good, you guys. Now you're gonna let this just kind of chill out for a second, just to cool down just a bit before we add in our eggs. Okay guys, so we've cooled down a bit. Now what we're gonna do is add in the eggs, and at this point you should notice the batter start to thicken here. So we're gonna add in the eggs, and we're going to mix those really good. Make sure you don't get any shells. Already see how much thicker that's getting. All right, now we're going to add in our cornstarch or arrowroot powder, whatever it is that you guys have. Add that in. It's just gonna get even thicker. Ooh. See, now maybe if you had a bigger saucepan, then we wouldn't be getting this powder everywhere. But you know, it's me. Oh. I mean, technically it is supposed to be snowing today in Jersey, so look, I got some snow. Mix this just until it's nice and well blended. All right, so now all that's left to do is add in the rest of your chocolate chips. So another half of a cup. Now if you guys were wondering, I used a 12-ounce bag, and that was exactly what we needed. I used the entire bag, so that's all you're gonna need. This looks so good, you guys. Oh, I'm getting excited. And we're preheated. And this is perfect timing. So all we're gonna be doing now is we're just going to pour the batter right into our prepared pan, and just make sure this is nice and even, tap it around a little bit, and put it right into the oven. So perfect timing. All right, guys, look how thick that is. Oh my gosh. I'm getting every last bit of this chocolate. Okay guys, so you should have something that looks like this. Smells delicious. So we're just going to go ahead, put this right into the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. So you're always going to want to start on the low end and then do your toothpick test. So I'm going to pull this out in 15 minutes and see where we're at. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and create our little topping with our coconut whipped cream. Okay guys, so now for this part, all you're going to need is that coconut cream. And you're going to need your sweetener. So I'm using honey here. And now all you're going to want to do is just mix this up until you get a nice whipped cream. So I'm going to have to use that coconut whipped cream for maybe my waffles tomorrow for breakfast, because Sean got word of it and was not into the coconut. So I'm going to be doing the cream cheese instead. And then we're just going to be using just a little bit of the coconut milk, not the cream part of it, just the milk, just to thin it out a little bit. Boys. So let's use our cream cheese here. And he does like a little bit of vanilla extract, so I'm just going to add just a smidge of that. It's not 100% necessary, but he likes it. Alright, so we're going to mix this on together. Okay, so if you guys do want to use the freeze-dried raspberries, all you're going to want to do is take those into a food processor or into a sandwich bag or something and grind them up nice and smooth, and then that's like kind of like to a powder, and then you're going to want to add that in to your mixture here. Now if you want it to be super smooth and creamy and you don't want any chunks of anything, then that's when you're going to want to sift it. But personally, if I were doing that, I would want the little pieces or seeds and things like that. I think that gives it just more flavor and more texture, and I like that. But you're just going to do the same exact thing here. Add whatever sweetener that you want, and if you notice that it's a little bit too thick, you're just going to add more of that coconut milk, or if you're not going dairy-free, normal milk. Okay, now let's check up on our brownie pizza. We're just gonna do the good old toothpick test. We're not quite ready yet, so I'm gonna put it in for another 5 minutes and we'll come back and check on it. Alright, so it's been another 5 minutes. So now let's do another toothpick test. Oh, that's all we needed, 5 more minutes. So now we're gonna take this out and just let it cool. Okay guys, so we're all done with our whipped cream cheese or coconut cream, whatever it is you guys used. We have our berries here and we've been cooling. So excited, so now it's time. So I just used a little mini spatula to kind of squish around the sides a little bit, just because we're going to be leaving about 1 inch on the end that's not going to have the topping on it, so it can really look like that crust. So now for the big reveal. This looks and smells so good, you guys. Okay, so the only thing left to do is to add in our topping. So I'm gonna take this, just gonna kind of dollop it around and then smooth it out after, just to make sure this stays nice and white. You don't want to get any of like the brownie little crumblies on there. So we're just gonna take this, just like you would frost, you know, a cake or something like that. And then we're just going to spread this around. Just remember, make sure to leave about 1 inch or so of the crust so this can really look like a nice pizza. So good. Okay, so now we're gonna decorate with our berries. So I chose strawberries, blackberries, and blueberries, and you guys can choose whatever berries that you want. You can add nuts to this, you can do whatever it is that you want. So there's no rhyme or reason to this, we're just gonna start decorating. Just have some fun with it. You can either just throw them all on, you can create a nice little design, totally up to you guys. And if you cut them kind of like I did with like a little triangle to get out the little root part, and you squish them into the whipped cream or whatever topping you chose, it's going to look like a little heart. Super cute and very fitting for Valentine's Day. Okay, now you guys should have something that looks like this. How good does that look, you guys? Love, love, love it. Can't wait to try this. Oof, I feel so bad cutting into this. It looks so pretty. So because this does have all of the berries on it and it is like a whipped cream or you're using the cream cheese, you are going to want to just keep this in the fridge until you're ready to serve it. But without further ado, it's time to try some. Ooh, I don't want to cut it. Oh. Now yours will be, your topping will be thicker than mine. It's just, I'm trying to film here and take pictures before I cut it, so that's the only reason. But, oh, look how cute, our little slice and our little heart. Oh my God. This is so good. The brownie is still just a little bit warm, which is probably why my topping is a little bit softer too, but it's so good. Hold on, hold on. And I'm not even like a crazy chocolate person, but you guys have to try this at home. Make it for yourself, make it for your Valentine, make it for guests, make it, you need to make it. No box dye necessary. This is super chocolatey, super fudgy. You have that nice little cream cheese touch, a little coconut touch. You have your berries. So good. Love it. Definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. I really want to try and make different kind of cake pizzas or cookie pizzas or brownie pizzas because this one came out so good. Let me know what you want to see in the comments section below. But that's all I have for this video today, you guys. I hope you liked it and I hope you learned something new. If you did like it, make sure to give this video a nice thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss another one of my videos. And as always, if you want to get my exclusive nutrition tips, healthy food recommendations, and delicious recipes just like this one, then make sure to head over to my description box, click the link, and join the fam. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Mm-hmm.